Groveling to women. This is something that has been a common thread I've noticed in a lot of the dating advice out there, is that men have a problem, right? And they, let's just say as an example, they break up with their girlfriend and it's over, and they kind of know it's over, and they start searching online for ways to get her back. And there's a lot of grifters out there telling men, oh look, you can get her back by groveling and, you know, massaging her and kissing her feet and lowering your value to the point where you are literally worthless as a human being, throwing away all of your power, giving her all the power, lowering your value, lowering your self-worth. I just want to talk about how with a relationship, especially with a woman, especially in, this is Sydney Harbour, you should always be trying to retain your power. You should always be trying to retain leverage. And unfortunately, sometimes that means that you need to go, it's over, see you later. You need to cut all ties and move on, which a lot of guys, they want that one girl, they're in love. You know, they believe she's the one. But it's never going to fix itself. You're never going to get your power back. You can't retain leverage and power in a relationship by groveling. She has to make that decision, and you have to project power. She has to know that you're in power and that you're willing to walk away. I want to kind of talk about that. Before we kick it off, I'm Dave, and this channel is dedicated to giving you no BS, novel dating advice from modern man. Top link in the description. You can check out my website, get some cold approach coaching with myself. As you can see, I'm based in Sydney, Australia. There's the Opera House. It's bright here. It's always bright in Australia. Groveling. It's pathetic. The new age term, if you put it into the keywords, you know, type it into the search engine, is simping. But there's also simping after she's left you. There's also simping before you even met her off the cold approach. There's multiple ways that you can simp, you can grovel, you can give away your power, and you can pretty much let not only her, but internally let yourself know that you are worthless as a human being. Off the cold approach, you can start complimenting every girl, you can put her on a pedestal, you can give her all the power, you can let her know that she's more attractive, more beautiful, more important than you. You can lose all your leverage that way. But when the relationship is on a knife's edge and you're about to break up, you're close to breaking up, your relationship's about to end, to go back and grovel and cry and tell her that you want her back and that you're going to change. Tell her that whatever issues she had with you is going to change as well. I'm going to change my entire life just to be with you. The power dynamic will often just shift heavily in her favor. And then that woman that you thought you knew before you broke up, who's blaming you for a lot of other issues within the relationship, you grovel, you give away all your power. She then knows that she's got you. She then knows that she can leverage that at any time in the future and push that she's going to leave you. And she's going to use that as a weapon to manipulate you and control you for the rest of your life if you remain with that woman. And it's not always her fault, it's your fault, because you're giving away your power and your leverage. You should never grovel. And then the question will be, oh, but I love her and she's the only one. But the thing is, I promise you, if you come out here and learn cold approach, you can always replace her, quite often with something better. Know that you, as a man, will always retain a lot more value over time than a woman. When you're younger, you don't understand this. maybe you're in your 20s and she's in her 20s as well. By the time you reach 30, she's going to start looking pretty busted. Wrinkles, maybe she puts on a little bit of weight. She's not going to look like that 20-year-old cutie anymore. And then we'll test whether you really love her. But I promise you, replacing her with a younger, better looking girl in the future, or at least working on it right now, you'll forget about it real fast. And so part of the point I'm trying to make here is that in those situations, you should always be trying to retain power within your relationships always, especially when it comes to cold approach as well. You don't want to be in the situation where you're approaching, you're like, oh, you're so pretty, giving away all of your power in that respect, and then also getting to the point where she'll be leveraging her power on you, and then you start groveling in it. You've already lowered yourself, but then she'll be like, I'm going to leave you because you're not ticking all of these boxes. And you start groveling. I'm going to change all of these things to stay with you. I still love you. And then she has even more power. Your value just keeps declining. Your self-worth starts to decline, and it starts to hurt you emotionally. Next thing you know, you're Googling these things online, and it damages not only your psyche, but you become a simp, you become a weak human being, you become weak in every aspect of your life. It hurts your job, it hurts everything. And so that's the point that I wanted to make today. From beautiful Sydney, Australia. Look at this. It's a busy day. Very busy day. Very windy. I'll see you guys in the next video.